So Xbox has had an uphill climb all generation. Microsoft, in announcing a DRM-focused, always-online Xbox One in their original press conference, gave a poor first impression and left a bad taste in the mouth of gamers. Sony, in response, made a mockery of their announcement with their now infamous game-sharing video. However, since then, Microsoft have worked hard to improve their public opinion and have made some significant steps towards a bright future for gamers on both Xbox consoles and PC. The release of Game Pass subscription with a slew of available games and the promise of every single first-party title being released at launch on Game Pass has done well to win back the hearts of current Xbox players and hopefully some new players in the meantime. And their persistence with backwards compatibility, along with Xbox One X enhancements for not only Xbox One games, but those from the previous generation, shows that new Xbox head Phil Spencer has the players in mind first. But in the last 12 months or so, Microsoft have been working hard to continue this trend in order to come out swinging in the next console generation. The rumoured Xbox Scarlett, Xbox 2, Nextbox, whatever you want to call it, appears to be being prepared for in a huge way. The biggest issue Xbox has had this entire generation has been a serious lack of exclusive first-party titles. While PlayStation has romped the competition with huge releases like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Persona 5, Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man, as well as a highly anticipated upcoming lineup including Death Stranding, The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghosts of Tsushima, Xbox has been limited to Halo 5 Guardians, divisive to say the least, Gears of War 4, the hugely underwhelming Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2, and of course some more successful titles such as both the Forza Motorsport and Horizon series, as well as the critically acclaimed Cuphead. But all that appears to be changing. At E3 2018, Phil Spencer came out on stage to announce the acquisition of some very exciting studios joining the ranks at Xbox, and added to the portfolio again at XO18. Now, some people may fear this as the death knell of these studios, due to previous studios falling on the sword after Microsoft's acquisition. But as a huge fan of what Xbox is trying to achieve, as well as Phil Spencer, this was an exciting announcement. Microsoft Studios previously only included Halo developers 343, Forza Motorsport creators Turn 10, Rare, Mojang, and the Coalition, and in my opinion these teams have made some great games. Personally, I don't subscribe to the idea that 343 have killed Halo, even though I will admit that Guardians was a low point for the series. I personally thought Halo 4 was an amazing game, with a captivating and emotional story, as well as some of the best multiplayer in the series, but I'm sure many will disagree. Forza Motorsport has taken the place of Gran Turismo as the biggest racing sim on the market, something that I wouldn't have foreseen 10 or 12 years ago when GT was such a huge success. And Turn 10 have a lot to be proud of in achieving what they've done with the mainline series. It seems obvious to expect Turn 10 to continue releasing these titles while iterating on graphical and performance upgrades moving into the next generation. Now, Rare have admittedly not performed to their expectations. The Donkey Kong series was a favourite of mine growing up, not to mention GoldenEye and Perfect Dark on the 64, and since their acquisition by Microsoft have not achieved much at all. I had high hopes of Sea of Thieves, but when I initially played the beta, I was let down by its empty world and pointless mission structure. This didn't improve when the game was released in full in 2018. The developers have been regularly working on updates and content for Sea of Thieves, but its basic gameplay loop bored me quickly and I haven't jumped back in since shortly after release. The game is gorgeous and I'll give them credit there, with some of the most beautiful water in any game, but Sea of Thieves is lackluster and achieved very little. Even when playing with friends there is only so much you can do before being completely bored. But now, Microsoft have expanded their studio portfolio, and the potential lineup of first-party titles in the future is something that makes me incredibly excited. I know these games may take years to come to fruition, but the anticipation is something worth appreciating from Phil Spencer and Microsoft Studios. Playground Games have worked alongside Microsoft and Turn 10 for years already, but their acquisition by Microsoft to be a fully fledged first party is a huge boon. The Forza Horizon series has continued to be a critical and commercial success, taking drivers on a world tour throughout their 4 games, from the US to the south of France and Italy, into Australia and in their latest iteration, Great Britain. The Horizon games straddle the line between arcade and simulation perfectly, and they've managed to keep improving and expanding their features with each iteration. The season system in Horizon 4 keeps the world interesting each time you return, and their expansions are also lovingly crafted to ensure drivers always have something new to do. But rumour has it that Playground Games, open world specialists, may be working on a long-awaited sequel to a beloved Microsoft franchise, Fable. Playground opened a second studio in 2017, and Phil Spencer even teased that they are working on something different during the latest Xbox conference at E3. A new Fable would be a system seller for many players leading into the next generation of consoles and could be another huge success. a medium-sized studio of about 60 people make up the team at Undead Labs, the creators of the State of Decay series. State of Decay 2 released to middling reviews, earning itself just 66% on Metacritic. Now personally I haven't played either of their titles, so I have little opinion either way, but some players thoroughly enjoy the open world zombie survival base building entries. Will Undead Labs continue to work on the series, or will they be able to take some more creative risks in order to achieve bigger goals under the umbrella of Microsoft? Only time will tell. Previously independent AA studio Ninja Theory have developed some brilliant games in the past, with their latest title, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, being a smash hit both commercially and with critics. But previous titles such as Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, Kung Fu Chaos, Heavenly Sword and DMC Devil May Cry have also garnered the studio much love from audiences. According to their YouTube video released not long after the announcement, Microsoft have given them creative license to continue working on their own IP, and it's going to be exciting to see what this studio comes up with next. In 2018, Compulsion Games released to somewhat mixed and negative reviews We Happy Few. Published by Gearbox, this game went through a few stages in development and early access on PC. The game didn't really interest me, so again, I don't have a lot of opinions on this title, but from reviews I've seen, it was a bit of a buggy mess and definitely wasn't the huge success that the developers wanted from this title. Microsoft must have seen something in the studio though, but it is a bit of a crapshoot to guess what these guys are currently up to. InXile Entertainment joins the ranks at Microsoft with a pedigree in the RPG genre and a hell of a lot of experience. InXile is led by founder Brian Fargo, formerly of Interplay, a veteran developer who's been around for a very long time. InXile have developed the Bard's Tale and Wasteland series, as well as the crowd-funded Torment Tides of Numenera. Their relatively small team could bring isometric CRPGs to the next generation of consoles, and with an increased budget behind them now, could create something truly wonderful for fans of the genre. Now, Obsidian is probably the studio I'm most excited to have in Microsoft's lineup. This team of veteran RPG developers have worked on some hugely successful and highly rated games such as Knights of the Old Republic 2, Fallout New Vegas, and their crowd-funded Pillars of Eternity series. But their latest announcement, a Take-Two published first-person sci-fi RPG, The Outer Worlds, does nothing but increase the excitement I have for what this reputable studio can do in the future now that they're partnered with Microsoft. Being developed by a passionate team led by the creators of the original Fallout games before the license was purchased by Bethesda, The Outer Worlds has obviously garnered some comparisons to Fallout itself, as well as Borderlands and Mass Effect. A first-party or Western-style RPG is something that has not really been achieved since Mass Effect released as an Xbox and PC exclusive over a decade ago, and seeing what they are working towards with The Outer Worlds when it debuted at the Game Awards has only compounded my excitement. I cannot wait to see what's in store. The Initiative is a brand new studio from Microsoft and is being put together to compete with the best of the best from Sony. Based in Santa Monica, the Initiative is being labelled as a Quad A studio, and although there is no information on what these developers are working on, Microsoft have done some serious acquisition to bring in some veteran game developers to work on their upcoming project. The Initiative is headed up by Daryl Gallagher, who has previously worked at Crystal Dynamics on Tomb Raider's reboot and been head of studios at Square Enix, and most recently head of development at Activision. Gallagher is joined by Brian Westergaard, who most notably worked as lead producer for the massively successful God of War reboot in 2018. With talent like this at the helm, the future of Xbox's brand new studio is something to behold, and although it'll be a few years before we see the fruits of their labour, it's going to be an exciting next generation for Microsoft's first-party lineup. But what are your thoughts on the future of Xbox? Can Microsoft truly compete with Sony in the next generation of consoles? If rumours and speculation are to be believed, 2019 could be the year these consoles are announced, slated for a 2020 release date. Will this give Microsoft enough time to ensure the launch of the Scarlett is a success and doesn't repeat the disappointment of the Xbox One? Xbox is where I choose to play nearly all the time, but it's impossible to deny the shortcomings of Microsoft's exclusive library even as a huge fan, but I can't wait to see what the future holds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like, hit subscribe and share it with your friends. As this is a brand new channel, any feedback is welcome, and I'd love to hear what you'd like to see from my channel in the future. Until next time, peace.